planning a new program which I would like to launch very, very soon, and this is to help empower you emotionally. So I want to ask you a few questions before I start. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by emotions? Like there's just too much going on, too much to handle, and you feel like you're almost exploding. And maybe, in the midst of all that, all you want to do is escape. You want to avoid feeling those emotions. You just want to keep busy. Maybe you start gaming or you go on Netflix, you scroll through your phone, and you want to convince yourself that you're fine. All right. So I completely understand, all of these things, these escape routes that we want to run to, because I've experienced the same, right? I mean, we're all humans. I've been there. Today, however, I want to talk about why we avoid emotions. Even though, feeling and having emotions is a very, very natural part of being human. But whenever we experience anything difficult, we just want to avoid them. And how can we then better reconnect with them in a much more meaningful and gentle way? And especially if you're on a spiritual path, it is so, so, so important to be connected with your emotions. There is, a lot of misconception out there about, how mastering your emotions means not feeling them or not indulging in them, and that to use your mind to bypass everything so that you can attain spiritual growth. I feel that that's not allowing ourselves to be completely human, right? The fact that we feel emotions is very much a part of our humanness, right? It is our humanness that we embrace that will enable us to grow as people and enable us to grow spiritually as well. So I just also want to make this clear that while I teach you about emotional mastery, this is not about being perfect, like emotionally perfect or fixing yourself, right? It's about understanding emotions and taking small steps to connect with them, no matter where you are in your journey, whether you are interested to grow spiritually or not, or you just want to have better emotional wellness, right? The content that I'm sharing with you today here is going to be very beneficial. Okay, so I just want to share some insights. We avoid emotions for many reasons because, one of it is because it is very overwhelming. And then society, our family, our friends, out of their goodwill, often tell us, oh, you need to stay strong and not show weakness. You need, whenever you go through something difficult, they say, oh, stay strong, right? And then we get very confused, okay? So we get confused, and so we think, okay, the right way is not to feel. And so we use, like distractions, like I said earlier, Netflix and gaming and even spiritual practices to try to, we use all this to try to escape emotions. We push these emotions aside. But the thing here is, avoiding emotions doesn't make them go away. They stay within us, right? They stay within the body, and they will later show up as stress. It will show up as diseases, and we will feel a disconnect. And when we feel a disconnect, it's almost like we disown this part of ourselves. Let me ask you this question. Have you ever noticed that when you don't face what you're feeling, it will show up in ways where you don't expect it? So for example, you may like out of the blue just snap at someone, or out of the blue you feel like you're burning out. And then you go into this mode where you just feel so numb. Like if someone were to ask you, are you happy? You actually don't know if you're happy because you don't feel any emotions, because you've been avoiding your emotions. And then we teach ourselves like, okay, the best way to deal with emotions is not to feel them, to avoid them, but then we numb ourselves to also the good experience. We don't know how to really feel joy, very deep joy. Okay, so I'm going to share with you 2 tips now that you can actually act on immediately. The first step is to simply sit with your emotions. Now, I know this is very difficult, but this is the very first actionable step that you can take to be compassionate towards yourself. Now, this doesn't mean to overthink the situation. When I say sit with the emotion, is literally just to sit with the emotion. You don't think about the situation. You don't think about the people involved. You don't try to fix it either. You pause, You take a deep breath and you ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? And where do I feel it in my body? Right? That's all you need to do. And if you can just feel it in the body and feel that emotion and sit there for about 10 minutes, put on the timer, right? Sit there for 10 minutes. You allow your body to do some magic. The healing begins within your body, right? So, maybe some of you have never heard of this, but healing emotions is like allowing the physical body to do the healing. But if you don't give your physical body an opportunity to heal those emotions for you, then you will never get there, right? And you try to bypass it by meditating it away, praying away, asking God or universe to take it away, or you go to some healer to take the energy away from you, or you may even not feel it, you become numb, and then you think you're healed, right? So that's scary. That's scary because you don't know what those energies, the underlying energies, are going to do to you in time to come. Okay? So the second tip that I want to teach you is to reconnect. All right? To reconnect when you notice that you are numbing. Or let's say you are feeling very stressed and immediately you pick up your phone and you start to scroll. Okay? And so instead of reaching for your phone to start to scroll or turning on to Netflix to watch some Korean drama, you sit quietly and you just tell yourself, okay, I'm going to take a deep breath and then I'm just going to observe what comes up. I'm not going to judge it. I'm just going to observe. So the emphasis here is really self-compassion. It's not about forcing anything to come up. It's not about rushing through the process. This is about teaching you to create a safe space for yourself to feel. And if you have to do it little by little, then this is what you need to do. Little by little, right? You don't have to rush into anything. Now, when you sit and you feel it in your body and you start to feel like, okay, I think I'm feeling the anger in my stomach. So when you feel this, you ask yourself, okay, it's in my stomach. It's in my stomach and I'm going to allow. Now, when you sit like this, it can feel very challenging. But trust me, with time, right, as you go about doing it as a practice, when you allow yourself to truly feel, you will reconnect with who you are. You will reconnect with your beingness. And our auto response is to push it aside. Our auto response is, let it go away, right? Meditate it away. You will come to a point in time where you will feel your body, namely your stomach, digesting the anger for you. And it is very, very deeply rewarding when you're able to do this, because not only are you digesting those emotions away, you will also get aha moments. You'll get realization because there's some intelligence inside your body that will suddenly tell you something that you go like, oh my God, I never realized that, or I never knew that. What I've just shared with you, right, is just a very simple one-step process. It is challenging to do it, as I've said, but it's simple. All I'm asking you to do is just sit, right? But it's challenging to do because we just want to run from it. We just want to run from feeling it. Now, but I want to tell you this. If what I've said to you resonates with you and you like more guidance, right? I have created a guide called 5 Simple but Challenging Steps to Emotional Mastery. Now, it is free for a limited time. I've taken a lot of time, creating this PDF that I want to share with people. And I invite you to download this PDF. The link is below. It's free for a limited time. After that, there will be a cost to it. All right. And I will teach you in this guide how to sit with emotions, how to release, how to reconnect. Just go to the link below. I hope that this short sharing here can help you to understand yourself a little bit better, help you to understand that emotions are a vital part of being human, and that yes, we do have negative emotions, but these negative emotions teach us something. Right? Download the PDF and I will share more with you as we continue in our journey in emotional mastery. So this is Shamla Tan and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.